There are a number of questions that need to be asked about this so-called MAGA bomber. For a start, why was the term MAGA bomber allowed to trend when he's not even a MAGA bomber? You know, they're saying that that's associated with Make America Great Again, and CNN has directly been blaming Trump for these bombs. Because they're all targets that Trump's attacked, and because he's attacked the media, and now there was a bomb sent to the media, so obviously he shouldn't attack the media, he should just say that they can get away with whatever they want and carry on making up stories. It's like, do you realise you were engaging in conspiracy theories for 2 years about Russia colluding with Trump to win the election, and it wasn't the case? You were just lying to people. Do you realise that? The people worked out that. And people stopped trusting you, and people have stopped actually watching you. And the only people that watch you now are Mark Dice or people that want to mock you. And Megyn Kelly's lost her show. I almost feel sorry for Megyn Kelly because she's lost it through a spurious reason like Roseanne, through the disproportionate targeting of quote-unquote conservatives. Because they're not allowed to do anything. You know, you're not allowed to say that people should be able to dress up as cowboys and Indians because that would be cultural appropriation. So that's now a crime to say that, and you'll have your funding pulled by all the social justice warrior obsessed, all the social justice obsessed corporations that pump out every bit of political correctness going. And these corporations are all too eager to get rid of anyone they perceive as conservative. They're just all too eager to throw the book at people that they've been told to. You know, someone like Roseanne Barr. Someone like Megyn Kelly. But someone on the left, they get away with everything. You know, Kathy Griffin, Rosie O'Donnell. I don't even know the name of these loathsome individuals. I avoid them like the plague. In fact, I'd rather get the plague. The media is discredited. It discredited itself. It's revealed as a propaganda outlet. It's enemy media. It works as a mafia to shut down its competition, and we're supposed to not attack it. It was our rhetoric. It was Trump's rhetoric that caused violent attacks on the media. Because it was irresponsible rhetoric. Well, they were saying he was literally Hitler. For years, they were saying he was literally Hitler. Yeah, that's not irresponsible rhetoric, is it? And then that actually encouraged the left to go mad and shoot people like Scalise, Congressman Scalise, and attack Rand Paul. And lots of other people. People are being attacked all over the place because the left have gone mad. What about Maxine Waters saying, get in their faces in restaurants, and you cause a scene and make a crowd, and you tell them, this is not acceptable in America. Just harass people in the street. Loretta Lynch, former Attorney General, she said there should be blood in the streets. Eric Holder, former Attorney General, he said when they go low, we kick them. Hillary Clinton said that the discourse cannot be civil until the Democrats are back in control, basically. So she was encouraging incivility. And then her next speech was saying about these bombs, these so-called pipe bombs, which are now actually found to be unknown devices or unknown packages with unknown devices in them or anything that didn't turn out to be explosives after all. So the trend MAGA bomber was allowed to happen, even though it wasn't even a bomber. And now you've got people on radio like James O'Brien virtue signalling to their 4 or 5 listeners, saying that it was clearly a bomber. We need to do something about conspiracy theorists. We need to do something about people blaming George Soros. He's a Nazi. He's a survivor of Nazi war atrocities. He's not a Nazi. He didn't do all the things that he admitted to doing in 60 Minutes. It's like they haven't even watched that clip. It's kind of annoying saying the things are false flags now because it's almost cliche. And it's guaranteed that Alex Jones would come up and say it's a false flag straight away. I'm a bit annoyed by the Duran's dismissive attitude to so-called conspiracy theories when this is so obviously a false flag and you know, and the Russian citizens certainly know that false flags happen. In fact, they're more well-informed than most Western audiences because most Western audiences and Western media won't even let you know that false flags are a possibility because that becomes a conspiracy theory. It's too interwoven. It gets people thinking, gets people too intelligently considering the situation and inquisitive is the word. So although I do understand the need for caution when calling everything a false flag, you have to look at the evidence, you have to analyse it, see who benefits from it, see how, lockstep the nature of it all is and how everyone's been sent these things. It's like 12 packages now, 12 different people, including Joe Biden, Robert De Niro. Yeah, he was waiting. Actually, with Robert De Niro getting one, it's actually interesting because it means it's moved on to actors and activists rather than politicians. That means it's a false flag for sure. There's no one that's going to send bombs to all these people consecutively to try and target them that are so obviously actual overt targets of the right. And you can question why Robert De Niro is so upset about Trump, why he wants to punch him in the face. Is it anything to do with his human trafficking or child trafficking he was linked to in 1998? According to court documents, Robert De Niro linked to child trafficking. But of course, if you look it up on Google, it'll tell you that that's not true because Snopes, the arbiter of all truth, will tell you. The Soros-funded arbiter of all truth. Yeah, Not Orwellian at all. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with this pipe bomb situation that wasn't actually a pipe bomb situation, but it certainly does seem to be used to take away people's rights and turn conspiracy theorists into terrorists. Reframe them, recategorize them, and then censor them and silence them with a whole new wave of purges which are likely to happen across social media. So be ready for that. Stay vigilant.